I'm still sad that we're not getting Forspoken this year, but I am glad that they're taking their time with the game and they're building and developing it into something that we all can probably enjoy along the way. Yo, what you know, it's your boy One Hero back on Super Dope Duper and YouTube with the new episode. Now let's go. So we got a chance to deep dive into the magic parkour that is going to be the main element of combat and traversal unique abilities for Freya in Forspoken. I'm excited because it looks really cool, and the fact that the combat looks amazing, the way that they have the engine running with the game and all of the abilities and powers looks really beautiful, and I can't wait to be able to kind of sink my way into this open world, this beautiful world called Athia, because it's something new, but it's also just a beautiful game. I hope that I can play this game and make tons of content and have great moments. But let's go ahead and get into the actual things that they have covered in this recent trailer. First up, we have Flow. This is going to be one of Freya's core powers, and it's the beating heart of her parkour in Forspoken. So it's pretty much the center ability that's going to be activated when you hold down a circle button, and in this state, this is where she can dash through the world at fast speed with the golden light beneath her feet, where she looks like she's the Flash with the dash. It looks super cool. Yes, there are going to be limits. You can't use it when you're trying to scale a cliff or climb up to tall mountain sides or mountain buildings or any buildings and castles that may be scattered throughout the world of Athia as you're going through it. And the stamina consumption is going to be a thing as well, so you can't just continuously spam it. You got to be smart with it. Don't want to be running out there in the open and all of a sudden come across a mob of enemies or a boss fight or a battle that you need to do, and you may need to retreat and now your stamina is done, because we all know in most games when our stamina goes, we can get hurt a lot quicker and a lot easier, and that's never going to be a good thing. But when you find a way to channel and chain some of these things together, it can really pump out some really great moves and great times for you. Next up, we have Rush. Rush is going to be the one where it's like that fiery like burst ability, and with the well-timed press of the button in timing and in sync, that's when you can use the Rush ability to get that extra burst, and it's really super cool because it gives her a faster pace, so you can use that when you want to dash across maybe a mountaintop, you want to get to the other side of it, because open world like this, you can traverse super fast, and it looks really cool. It almost has that like God of War fire-esque ability next to it, and I really thought it was really dope. It's a good one that you can use for the parkour system because it's very simple to learn, and once you get a chance to master it, someone new to the game can easily find a way around it using Rush to go further and faster for a much longer time, especially when you're not trying to use your stamina, and you can get top speeds while restoring some stamina as well. Now, one of my favorite ones honestly was the shimmy. The shimmy is pretty much what we have seen in any parkour movement in any video, where when they hit their feet on the ground, they use that to project themselves off to duck, dodge, bob, and dodge and dive. So basically what happens is once you touch the ground, if you hit the X button, you will do a short leap forward. Whether you're flipping, whether you're spinning, whether you're dodging or twirling in the air, it's going to make you look really cool, and it's going to dash you ahead with a little bit of speed. So I'm really curious on how combat is going to work combos, because doing these things and going into combos, action sequences I have in my mind of being able to edit, it's going to be super cool to see, and I can't wait. I know this is going to be one that does draw off the resource again with stamina. It is based off of her well-timed breather, which helps with the stamina recharge as well, so she's not always using the ability that's going to continue to drain. So it's going to be X to land, X to dash, and at the right time you can get the perfect movement that gives you the right burst, so you can keep the flow going. Next up is Scale. That's going to be the one for you to go vertical, to go up, to get in the sky. If you have a charging enemy or you want to climb up to the top, get higher, get out the way of certain things, or get up to certain things, certain items as you're exploring the world, you would then use Scale. That lets basically her create a phantom foothold, pretty much like a phantom wall that then projects you up into the air, where you can flip, twirl, spin in a ballerina-esque way away from things, or getting up higher to give yourself a boost. There is an extra jump available, so you do have your initial jump and then you have a second one that gets you even higher. So again, well timed. The maneuverability of this game is super dope. It's super cool, and it looks really great. The soar ability is going to be what you would use when you are getting up to the top. So as you're climbing, you use the soar ability, and it's going to give you that extra boost. It works in similar to how shimmy is when you're going horizontally across platforms, but when you're going vertical, when you're going up, or you need to get up above on a certain platform or a ledge, that's when you would then use soar, and it allows you to get up there with that extra height as well. Then you have Zip. Zip is going to be that magical ability that whips out, and it can literally pull you out of the direction of oncoming danger, allow you to reach newer heights, or use it to pull yourself toward the enemy if you want to go ahead and release a flashy flashy blast. It's probably one of her more flashy abilities that she has, and it's a red type of whip where you can bypass scenery, you fall short of ledge, you want to get some momentum back, you can do those things by holding square, and it slows the action, allowing for you to place where you want to go next, so that way you're not misplacing it and it gives you time. So I like the fact that it slows it down for you to be able to use it in a better way to kind of recalibrate and reset yourself, whether it's in mid combat or whether you're traveling throughout the world trying to get to a certain spot, because I know I hate when I drop and I can't get somewhere because I happen to miss a certain thing. And then you have float. Float is the ability where it turns into this water-like shell that protects you as you're falling. So no matter how high you are, no matter how high you go, when you time that ability, it starts to create that form of water that then lets you soften your ability and gravity going down and hitting the ground, so you don't take a lot of damage or stamina damage as well. That's when you're pretty much just going to hold the X button itself, and it's going to allow for those things to happen. And again, from building to building, mountain to mountain, again, using all of these different abilities that kind of mix and match and kind of let you be more versatile in your movement and your array of combats and how you want to approach things in the game. And then last but not least is Glide. Now, Glide made my jaw drop when I saw this in the trailer and I saw this in the gameplay. Being able to slide across surfaces on a very magical like surfboard looks really cool, and I hope that stamina doesn't come in too much play, because I would love to be able to do this across some of the scenery for an extended amount of time. But it really allows for you to block the path of some of those things in the water that want to try to eat you up and use you as their favorite new chew toy. And a lot of the moves in here you're going to have to learn. So again, Glide is going to be the one where you have to use it as well. When you're going across the water and you hold circle, that's when it's going to allow you to start using the Glide ability. The speed and style in which you travel, whether it's river, lake, sea, it's very, very cool to see that stylish showboating along the way using that ability. And I believe you might be able to use this against enemies as well in combat. So if they do have water combat, surface combat, or maybe even air combat where you can mix this in with the zip or even the scale ability, oh my god, like there's so many different cool abilities that you can do. It's like an open sandbox of a magical fantasy thing. Again, my biggest thing with Forspoken has always been, I hope to see a great story from this, or just something that justifies it being an open world and it doesn't feel like I'm just doing absolutely the same thing over and over again, or I'm doing nothing. But yeah, I'm glad they decided to cover one of the biggest things that we've seen a lot. That was the very first thing we had ever saw when it came to Forspoken, which was the act of movement, the abilities being used, and seeing how they have broken them down into these 8 wonderful abilities. I cannot wait to start spell slinging and being an acrobatic ballerina of amazingness. I don't know really what else to say, but hopefully we can get more information on this game coming out. I will be covering it as much as I can because I cannot wait till January 24th, 2023. I might take a vacation day. I'm not going to hold you. And with that, be great, be you, fly easy till next time, heroes. Peace.